Hey guys, it's me, Schlee. Welcome back for another video. Today I'm going to show you my favorite way to use ripe bananas. First up, here is an overview of all the ingredients you'll need for this recipe. I'm also going to put a list on the screen so you can pause and read that if you need to. The first step in the actual recipe is to derobe our bananas, and then I'm also going to remove any of those little strings that tend to be on them. Those can be tough if you bake them in the recipe, so try and remove those if you can. I suggest breaking the bananas up into small pieces, and once you've done that, you can start mashing them. I like to use a fork for this step. I find it works pretty well. And you want to keep mashing these until they're about a baby food consistency, something like this. Basically, there's no big lumps or anything that would mess up the consistency of your batter. Now I'm going to add the rest of the wet ingredients, so that is our maple syrup, our egg, and our vanilla extract. If you wanted to here, you could throw in some nutmeg or some different spices for some extra flavor, so feel free to spice this up however you would like to. And then once you have your wet ingredients in there, go ahead and give everything a really good mix. I always like to mix in stages in my recipes. I find it makes things go a lot smoother, literally and figuratively. Once those ingredients are combined, we're going to move on to our dry ingredients, starting off with our leavening, our salt, and our cinnamon. Then we're going to add in our oats and our oat flour. And a quick tip, if you don't want to buy oat flour or you're not able to find it, you can just grind up some of the rolled oats that are called for in this recipe, and that makes the perfect consistency for oat flour. That's actually what I did and what I always do for recipes like this because oat flour is pretty hard to find where I live. Once we have all that in, yep, you guessed it, we're going to mix this again. And here's the consistency that you're looking for. And the last step is to add in some chocolate chips. This is totally optional, but I think it adds really good flavor. You could add in walnuts here if you wanted to, or any kind of extra that you have on hand that you think would be tasty. Now that our batter is ready, we're going to pour it into a lined 8x8 dish. And I highly recommend using parchment paper here to line your dish because it makes removing the actual banana bake a lot easier, as you'll see at the end of this video. Once the batter is in the pan, you just want to smooth this out and make sure it's really nice and even, especially around the edges. And then the last thing to do is throw this in the oven at 350 for about 20 to 25 minutes. And when it comes out, it should look a little something like this. It's nice and golden brown and the chocolate chips are melty and it looks absolutely delicious. Here's what I meant about the parchment paper. It allows you to just easily lift this out of the pan. It doesn't stick and it gives you these nice little handles to move it wherever you need to so you can cut it up. To serve this, you just need to cut it into 4 or 6 slices. I recommend you serve this up with a glass of milk because it goes perfectly with those melty chocolate chips. It's so delicious. Here's an up-close shot so you can see the texture. It's nice and light and fluffy. It's sort of like banana bread, a little more springy, and the oatmeal gives it more depth of flavor. And that is it. This is a super simple but delicious recipe. I hope you guys like it. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys!